On the 15th of August, we celebrate a freedom that took decades and thousands of lives to win. But I want to ask you something very uncomfortable today. If you're a woman watching this, are you actually free or are you just allowed? Allowed to work if it does not inconvenience anyone. Allowed to speak as long as it's polite. And allowed to want something for yourself as long as you are not wanting it too loudly. Yes, the country got its freedom in 1947, but a lot of us are waiting for ours. Independence Day makes us think about flags, anthems, history chapters, the big national undeniable freedom. But there is a second type of freedom that never makes it to a textbook. The freedom to exist as yourself inside your own home. And for a lot of women, especially in families where control is disguised as love, that freedom was never actually won. It was just never fought for. I'm not talking about the legal rights here. Yes, you can vote, you can own a property, you can technically work. On papers, you are free. But ask yourself, can you disagree on a dinner table without it becoming a 3-day silence? Can you make a decision about your own life without 12 people weighing in first? Can you actually want something for yourself, a career, a relationship, a boundary, without being made to feel selfish for wanting it? That gap, the difference between the freedom on paper and the freedom that you are allowed to live, that is what I want to talk about today. Here is something I've noticed, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. In almost every family is like this. There is this one word which gets used on a woman who pushes back, who wants more, who says no. Arrogant. She wants to study further. Arrogant. She wants to choose her own life partner. Arrogant. She wants a career of her own instead of just a role in someone else's household. Arrogant. She simply says, I don't agree out loud, and she is arrogant. It's such a small word, but it does enormous work. It's used to make a woman doubt the one thing she actually has a right to, her own voice. And here is what I've come to believe as someone who has spent years studying it, and honestly as someone who has lived pieces of it too. The word was never really an insult. It was a label, a warning label put there by people who would benefit by you staying quiet. So what happens if instead of shrinking every time that word is thrown upon her, a woman just picks it up, turns it around and decides to wear it on purpose? Not arrogant as in cruel, not arrogant as in careless of others, but arrogant as in unwilling to disappear just to keep the peace. That reframe is the heart of something I have been working upon. A book built around exactly that idea. The woman they called too much, finally deciding that too much was never the problem. Silence was. It is structured like a manifesto, chapter by chapter, in the same way as Bhagat Singh once laid out his ideas that were too dangerous simply because they refused to apologize for existing. Except this manifesto is not about national freedom. It's about hers. I chose to talk about this on Independence Day, on purpose, not by accident. Because I think we have gotten very good as a country celebrating the independence that was won for us, and much less practiced at asking who still doesn't fully have it. A woman who has to ask permission to be herself in her own home is not free. No matter what the calendar says, no matter what constitution guarantees her on paper. Real independence was not about just changing a flag. It was about a person no longer needing anyone's permission to exist fully. That is still an unfinished fight. And for a lot of women, it hasn't even started yet. I'm not going to pretend this book is sitting on a shelf ready for you today. It isn't, not yet. It is still making its way through the process every book has to go through. But I didn't want to wait for a perfect release date to start this conversation. This conversation matters more than timing. So here is what I'm asking you today. If any part of this video felt like it was about you, register your interest. There is a link in the description and it doesn't commit you to buying anything today. It simply means that the moment the book is ready, you will be the first to know. So if today's video felt like it was speaking directly to you or someone you love who is still shrinking herself to keep a family peaceful, send it to her, because sometimes a video says the thing you have never had the words for. And subscribe to my channel for psychology, power and truth that takes courage to say out loud. This Independence Day, ask yourself if you are free or are you just allowed, because those are not the same thing. And you are allowed to know the difference. Jai Hind.